r/AskReddit. People who voted for Clinton in 2016 but are intending to vote for Trump in 2020. What made you change your mind? Outside my comfort zone in this, but in the spirit of honest discourse, here goes. This sort of applies to me. I voted for Obama both times, and then Trump. The simple answer is that my personal views on many issues have shifted more to the right, and I tend to agree with conservatives more often than non-conservatives. Was still a student back then, but now I work in a hedge fund. I'm voting for him based on the state of the economy. Voted for Johnson. Do I get to say things? The sad thing is, people who are actually answering the question truthfully will get downvoted to hell just for answering it. Thread is a trap. Repost this and put "serious" in the title. I think that is how it works. Upvoting so it goes to hot, where it becomes an absolute train wreck. Clinton isn't running this year and I have to support the only other candidate running with ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Democrats went batshit crazy left, and Trump hasn't. He screwed things up like I expected. Was going to vote for Hillary last year, had several life or death family emergencies election week, and was unable to vote, in a very strongly blue state anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Did not like Hillary one bit, didn't like Trump, and still don't like him. He says moronic things. He lies about things he doesn't need to lie about. He does things just for the sake of pissing people off, and I can't stand it. But the economy is good, and somehow he has kept most of the world idiots in line. The tariffs might be messing some things up, but work has been strong and my retirement accounts are looking great. I'm almost 40 and probably can only do my physical job another 10 years. I need strong leadership that will help my financial future, and the Democrats keep tripping over themselves just to get after him. Yeah, he's dirty as, and so are half the people he works with, but so are the Clintons and the Pelosi's and the Bidens. Bernie means well, and I would love for his plans to be reality, but there's just no way it can succeed without really us over some other way. Plus he always looks like has 3 coughs from falling over dead. This Iran thing is a big deal to me though. If Trump gets us into a war with Iran, I'm voting against him. If he can keep things from further escalating and go back to business as usual, I'll probably vote for him and still complain about half the he does. I don't think very many such voters exist. If you thought Trump was unfit for office in 2016, I can't see what he has done that would swing anyone to support him now. Well, this thread sucked. Lesson learned. Reddit sucks at political discussion. Those people aren't going to comment because of people like the ones filling up the whole comment section. Why would someone answer a question just to get ridiculed? I'll take this one. Though I don't exactly fit the bill. Wrote in Bernie in 2016. Wasn't a fan of Trump but didn't, and still don't, buy into the has literally the reincarnation of Hitler trope. I don't think has all that bad, and the hate for him is seemingly a circle jerk whipped up by a dying media empire that is using him to stay relevant, and in the process making him out to be this horrible thing when in reality the worst thing he really does is make people cringe. I see him as a middling president that's done some good things for the economy. I'm a contractor. This last 3 years have 100% been the best and busiest of my life. Each year better than the last, and honestly, I think the stupid he does is kinda funny sometimes. I like the crazy reactions from people who should otherwise know better. Overall, I think the Democrats have absolutely lost their marbles. Like I said, I wrote Bernie in 2016. But in 2020 I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. I'm voting Trump in 2020 because there is no good reason for opening the border and allowing people who I have nothing to do with to feed on my taxes. Democrats should prioritize issues with the country, like liberal urban areas, rampant infested homelessness, the rotting education system in inner city schools, and the tons of other ingrained issues in the US. Some Democrats might feel good with themselves by letting in and helping random people, but many middle and lower class people like me don't have that luxury. Also, just letting people walk into the country is an insult to the honest and hard-working immigrants that came in legally. Additionally, the argument I dislike most is how people keep saying, oh, Illegals make up a large part of the economy, so they belong. Well, let me tell you what, it is a problem if a massive part of your economy is comprised of illegal people instead of employing the literally hundreds of thousands of homeless people on the streets. Politicians need to get their act together and stop brainwashing people into believing that it's our responsibility to help poor people from other countries and fix actual issues within our country. Mayo even serious thought out answers are just bombarded with negativity. People immediately jumping to questioning your intelligence. This is an interesting question, but unfortunately this is not a website that will bring about any serious discussion on the matter. All legit answers get downvoted into oblivion. The echo chamber of Reddit must be maintained. Edit. Getting dogpiled by screeching idiots calling me a Republican will totally prove me wrong. Should have added a / serious tag. Alternatively, you can ask in r/ask Trump supporters. Edit. Got a lot of responses saying that ats is not a good subreddit. Sorry, but I'm out of ideas. Lines go ahead and throw myself to the wolves. I am 45 yo. I voted Clinton in 2016. I even voted for Bill Clinton before Bush. I've voted for Dems and Republicans over the years. I follow politics and economics very closely. I am not committed to voting for Trump, but I don't believe in any economic plan that any Democratic candidate is pushing. I am torn. Before you get completely torn apart by the Reddit hive mind, I want to say thank you for your honest answer. I'm definitely not a Trump supporter, but I do believe in actual dialogue and respectful discourse, and not demonizing everyone we disagree with. We are not seeing it here, but you're a decent person for trying. Tip. Sort by controversial for serious answers. Went independent in 2016. Cold tea bring myself to vote for either Trump, his character is, and could hardly believe a word the dude said, or Hillary, capable person, but loathed her politics. 2020 is yet to be decided, depending on the Dem candidate. Trump, the current administration has done a lot of stuff I agree with, while also a lot of stuff I don't agree with. I'd go for a moderate Dem over Trump, if given the choice, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case, so I might just sit it out. We line C. For what it is worth, I lean towards libertarian/conservative policies, but am sympathetic to a few left-leaning ideas, but not the policies as they are currently proposed. Edit. Lines respond to the folks genuinely intrigued later on. Currently watching Lucifer with the Fianchi, and this is already getting pretty vitriolic, as was expected. Love why, although my favorite thing about this post is that there are so many comments about what a show the comments will be, yet I see very few actual comments. I voted for Hillary, convinced that she would be more stable and moderate than Trump, still do to an extent. I have formal education in policy and health policy. However, I run an unrelated small retail shop business full-time to make a living. While I tend to disagree with Trump's attitude and impulsiveness, I agree with more of what his administration has done than disagree. I mostly like the USMCA trade deal, the administration's push to publicize privately negotiated healthcare and drug prices. This is a big deal and step toward any healthcare reform, no matter what party you're a part of. I never trusted Iran to comply with the JCPOA and lowering of small business taxes. I'm mixed on some things like the withdrawal of the Paris Climate Accord. Agree with it, but would have wanted stricter federal caps and limits that we set and followed for ourselves. The opposite has happened. Also, the corporate tax rate should have been lowered, but not as much as it was. 21% is way too low. And I disagree on many things like the abruptness of the Chinese tariffs, funding of Planned Parenthood, lack of infrastructure spending, although as I understand spending has already risen a lot under his administration. I plan to vote for him, but might change back if there is a moderate Democrat running against Trump. Big proponent for non-crony, free market capitalism, which means more government regulation, but not to the point of socialism. I supported the Democrats, but when I saw the underhanded and undemocratic nature of the 2016 primary, the first could no longer in good conscience vote for anyone connected with the DNC. I thought Trump was a buffoon, but I preferred to see him win over any Democrat. It wasn't just the 2016 primary that switched my mind. It was the complete lack of reporting on the fuckery that was taking place. I had never seen the media so connected to a single party before. What I saw both scared and disgusted me. Nothing has changed in the last 3 years. Trump has done some things I don't agree with, but I do agree with the majority of what he has done so far. Trump 2020 for me. The Democrats as of this moment are still an absolute mess. I didn't even want Clinton and Trump as options in 2016. Edit. This blew up. Just 2 things. I know a lot of people didn't want either. And just because I made this comment does not mean I didn't go out and vote that day. Thank you for watching this video. Leave a thumbs up, comment your own stories, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos daily.